development out of Melbourne today, and the confirmation the firebombing of a synagogue at Ripponlea in Melbourne is being treated as a terrorist attack. Let's get some reaction from Labor MP, member for Hawke, Sam Ray, and Liberal MP, member for Casey, Aaron Violi. Sam, first to you. The Joint Counter-Terrorism Task Force is now looking into this. 3 suspects in their sights. The Jewish community urging all governments at federal, state levels to be pushing against this scourge of anti-Semitism, Sam.
Yeah, spot on, Kieran. Look, this is a horrific anti-Semitic attack on our Jewish community. It's an absolutely disgusting, cowardly thing to have happened here in our country, to be bringing this conflict from overseas to our very shores. I think the Prime Minister has come out very strongly in terms of labelling it anti-Semitic. We've already invested as a government $25 million into safety in the Jewish community over the last year or so. We've announced another $32.5 million, but there's a lot of work to be done in order to ensure that our Jewish community are protected from this disgraceful violence and from the ongoing anti-Semitism that we're unfortunately seeing occur in our community at the moment.
Yeah, our thoughts are certainly with that community. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear right now for many members of the Jewish community, Aaron.
Oh, absolutely, Kieran. And it's heartbreaking. And not only was it an anti-Semitic attack, it was a terrorist attack. But we also have a situation where on Friday there was a terrorist attack and the Prime Minister of this country has still not gone to visit that community and give them solidarity and support and physically attend and support them. There has not been one senior leader of the government, the Home Affairs Minister missing in action, the Foreign Minister missing in action, the Defence Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister of this country missing in action. Not one senior leader from the Albanese Government has visited the site of this terrorist attack to give their support to the Jewish community. And that is a disgrace. They have, for 12 months, 14 months now, equivocated as anti-Semitism has risen. The coalition has spoken out about this. The Jewish community has spoken out about this. My colleague Julian Lisa has done an amazing job carrying a heavy load, but calling for a judicial inquiry into anti-Semitism on university sites, which was ignored. They wouldn't vote for a private member's bill. This is what happens when you allow hatred to flourish. And the fact the Prime Minister wasn't prepared to change his plans to visit the community sends a chilling and shocking message to all Australians and all in the Jewish community, and it's a disgrace.
Sam, what's your response to that? And I'll also add the news we've just got to hand that Peter Dutton is visiting the synagogue in the next couple of hours, along with James Partisan. So Peter Dutton is there showing a solidarity today. Should a senior figure of the Albanese government, one of the national security ministers, have been there as well? I know Bill Shorten was there on Friday. Is it a place for others to be making the same sort of representation, Sam?
I'll make 2 points here, Kieran. Our country has just suffered a terrorist attack. Aaron is quite right. It is not the time to be playing divisive political games with our national security. The Prime Minister has been incredibly clear about his position. We've now seen the police confirm this incident as a terrorist attack, as the Prime Minister flagged it earlier in the weekend. There have been a number of senior Victorian-based members of the Labor government attend, and I give a special shout out to a dear friend of mine, Josh Burns, the member for McNamara, a wonderful contributor in the House of Representatives, a Jewish member of Parliament, an Australian Jewish member of Parliament, someone who serves our country each and every single day. His office has been attacked previously, and he has been supporting this community on an ongoing basis. We have, as you said, Kieran, we've seen Bill Shorten, the former leader of the Labor Party. These are the Victorian-based senior MPs who have been able to get there in person. I think now is a time for us to be pulling together as a country. I know Peter Dutton and the Liberals love to play divisive politics, but frankly, put it on the back burner, guys. Now's the time for us to come together, support our community, find the common space that we can in order to support our Jewish community and the safety of that community ongoing.
Yeah, Aaron, is that a fair point here? Given Josh Burns, it's hard to argue against his credentials as a representative, as a Labor figure, but also a member of the Jewish community himself who has lived through some of this scourge of anti-Semitism that we're talking about, Aaron?
Oh, my heart breaks for Josh. Josh is a good person. He's a good friend of mine, and I know him well. And he's been, and I know he can't say this and Sam can't say this, but he's been abandoned by the senior leadership. He's the local member. He has carried a heavy load supporting the Jewish community in Victoria and across the country with Julian Leisha and others, as I said. But there's not the representation. I've got a lot of respect for Bill Shorten, but Bill Shorten it's not surprising that Bill was there, to be honest, and it was good to see that he was. But he is also the Minister for the NDIS, and he is retiring in February. And it's not politics, it's not divisive politics to call the government out for not showing solidarity with the Jewish people by having at least one senior minister. If the Prime Minister doesn't want to travel back from Perth, okay, I still think that's inappropriate. This is a terrorist attack. I think he should have flown back and been there. But not one senior minister in any defence or national security portfolio to be there and show that strength, because actions send messages. Words are important, but actions are more important. Being there, showing that solidarity, showing the solidarity with Josh Burns, who had to stand up yesterday and did a wonderful job with my colleagues like Senator Partisan, David Southwick, the local member, and other Liberal members, Tim Wilson as a candidate. Josh was there. He was the only only Labor member of Parliament there supporting that local community. So it's not divisive politics. It's called accountability. And the Prime Minister is accountable for his actions, his leadership, his lack of leadership by not having a senior minister turn up in the last 4 days at a terrorist attack in our country. It's unacceptable. It's not playing politics. Aaron, it's calling out weak leadership.
Authorised by Aaron Violi, Liberal Party, Lilydale.